Greetings from Florence, South Carolina, and the Florence Civic Center. It is your site for the girls basketball Class 4A Lower State Championships as the Goose Creek Gators, 24-4, set to take on the Bruinettes of Orangeburg, Wilkinson with a 16-5 record. Hello, everybody. I am Birch Antley, joined alongside of Alan Smothers. And Alan, we are ready for some championship basketball. One of these two teams will punch their ticket to Columbia, South Carolina next week for the state championships, Goose Creek and Orangeburg, Wilkinson.
And both of these programs are of championship caliber many, many years over, as Goose Creek won the state championship 2 years ago, beating the perennial power Spring Valley in the state championship, but they have played for the lower state title 3 years in a row now, and they have two of the best players in South Carolina without question. India Bryant, North Carolina signee, will be playing for Sylvia Hatchell next year, and Brendisha Liner, a senior, 5'10", will work inside, while India will work along the baseline as well. They should have the power inside, but Orangeburg Wilkinson, they have a state player of the year in Naila Myers, who will be going to Clemson next year to play in the ACC as well. Great matchups, especially in the post here in this girls 4A championship game.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visitors tonight, the Goose Creek Gators, and head coach Tim Baldwin has a very talented and experienced squad. Dr. Brendisha Liner, Ashley Fields, and Dia Bryant, and Jalvin Jones. That's your starting five for Goose Creek. On the other side of the court, the Bruinettes of Orangeburg Wilkinson High School, led by Coach Joshua Staley. The two guards, Zaria Snipes and Nabrisha Hughes. DeJoria Howard is a forward. Jamison Myers, a center. She is the player of the year in Class 4A basketball. And Sakita Glover, the junior forward, rounding out that starting five for Orangeburg Wilkinson. And we are moments away from tip-off. And Alan, this should be an excellent basketball game between the Gators and the Bruinettes to find out who will represent the lower state in Class 4A in the state finals next week in Columbia.
Yeah, Naila Jamison Myers, the state player of the year in 4A, 6 feet 4 inches tall, so she will be the biggest player on the court tonight, but she does most of her work on the defensive end. She averages over 9 rebounds per game, but only 7 points on the offensive end, so the offensive talents of Brendisha Liner and India Bryant should be able to counteract the tallness, the size of the Orangeburg Wilkinson Bruinettes. And Joshua Stanley's team, Region 5 champion, and Tim Baldwin's team, Region 7 champion, coming in here tonight. The Bruinettes are the home team in the white jerseys, the Lady Gators in the road black tonight.
And we are ready for tip-off to get this lower state championship underway from beautiful Florence, South Carolina, in the heart of the PD. So glad you could join us here on the South Carolina High School League Network. And we are ready for the tip. And we'll see India Bryant, number 21, in the center circle, going against Jamison Myers for Orangeburg Wilkinson. The tip is knocked out of bounds. So we'll do it one more time here, Alan.
Interesting, Birch, in that Orangeburg Wilkinson comes in here with only one player averaging double figures, while Goose Creek has 4.
Orangeburg Wilkinson controls the tip as Snipes brings it down the court, working right wing, and it's taken away by Goose Creek. Quickly now, in transition goes Goose Creek, left wing. Shot not there by Brittany Doctor, but Goose Creek controls on the offensive glass, and Dia Bryant has it, and she'll swing it over right wing to Jalvin Jones.
Doctor shoots 4 threes a ball game, makes 2 of them, so a 50% shooter. They don't toss it up a lot, but they will shoot it with regularity or with success when they do.
Brittany Doctor, 36% shooter from the three-point line as Ashley Fields drives in. Off the glass, too strong. Orangeburg Wilkinson controls. Yeah, Brittany Doctor for Goose Creek has launched 42 three-pointers, or is connected on 42 three-pointers this year for the Gators. Orangeburg Wilkinson now on offense as they go right side to Zaria Snipes, and that one is taken away by Goose Creek. So we're seeing the defense early here, Allen, by the Gators.
They're trying to get it inside to Naila Jamison-Myers, but I told you the tandem of Brendisha Liner and India Bryant will be able to counteract the size of this Orangeburg-Wilkinson Bruinette team.
3-point attempt by Brittany Doctor. A little bit too strong off the back glass, and that one is knocked out of bounds by India Bryant. But Orangeburg-Wilkinson will control.
They have Ashley Fields on Naila Jamison-Myers right now. Fields is 5'10", Jamison-Myers at 6'4", but they're doing a good job fronting and backing her once the ball is entered the post.
Hughes pulls the trigger on the inbounds. Working against Brittany Doctor. Now Bruinettes go left side, top of your screen. Now Snipes over to Hughes. Trying to work it inside to Jamison-Myers. Goose Creek again just smothering Naila Jamison-Myers in the paint.
Yeah, you see how they came with 3 different players that time, added Jalvin Jones from the perimeter to come down and guard the low post.
Jalvin Jones, very experienced point guard for Goose Creek. These ladies for Goose Creek have played together for a long, long time, winning the state championship 2 years ago, back in 2009, losing in the finals last year to Spring Valley. Timeout called. This one taken by head coach Joshua Staley for Orangeburg-Wilkinson. And Alan, how about that? 5 minutes, 49 seconds remaining here in the first period. We've got no score.
Yeah, easy to say, Birch, early on that both of these teams are playing for a right to go to Columbia, the state capital, for a state championship. So the butterflies are going to be there, but I think they'll start to settle down. I think Orangeburg needs to not try to get it into the post so hard each time down. They are looking to enter the low post every time to Naila Jamison-Myers, while the guards have had open looks and passed them up.
Yeah, you'd like to see, if you're Joshua Staley, Sakita Glover, one of their leading scorers, the forward, number 34, get more involved, as well as DeJoria Howard, the other forward. She comes in to this lower state championship averaging 8 points a game. So really the leading scorers for Orangeburg-Wilkinson are not Naila Jamison-Myers.
Right.
It is
exactly.
Howard and Glover.
That's exactly right. They are more effective from the perimeter on the offensive end than they are from the low post. But Tim Baldwin's team has been here before. This is their 4th straight trip to the lower state finals. They've been to the state finals 3 times in the last 4 years, and they'll settle down, I'm sure, very quickly. And India Bryant, once she gets untracked offensively, things will settle down on both sides, and the Bruinettes won't fall far behind. You can bet on that.
Yeah, and so far, the Gators, they have not tried to penetrate. Only one time, really, did we see a high percentage shot, and that came in the form of Ashley Fields. But no score with 5:47 remaining here in the first. 3-pointer launched by Orangeburg-Wilkinson. Rebound controlled by Goose Creek and Jalvin Jones. Jones takes it across the timeline. And she'll dish it off right side to Brittany Doctor. Now Doctor works her way to the bottom of your screen over to India Bryant. Now Fields will drive. She'll have to kick it back out to Jones. Thought about the shot. And India Bryant has her shot blocked. That was Naila Jamison-Myers. You talked about her defense. She is really a catalyst on that Orangeburg-Wilkinson defense. And we see it right there, Allen, with a block shot from the big 6'4" center.
Much more effective on the defensive end is Naila Jamison-Myers, and she'll rebound the basketball with regularity. And great zone defense being played by Orangeburg-Wilkinson right now, and the Gators are just trying to keep the ball out of the low post as much as possible.
Rebound controlled by Jamison-Myers for the Bruinettes of Orangeburg-Wilkinson, and we've got a timeout on the floor. This is an official timeout as Ashley Fields has appeared. She may have tweaked a leg just a little bit, or either is checking on that ankle brace that she wears.
Second defensive rebound by Jamison-Myers. Our officials tonight, the umpire is John Hagan. He's the lead referee, assisted by Esau Johnson and Brian Lipscomb tonight.
3-point attempt by Orangeburg-Wilkinson. misses the mark, but they control the offensive rebound. Driving in, but it's knocked away by Bryant, number 21 for Goose Creek. Again, the Gators in the black jerseys and shorts with the yellow trim. Orangeburg Wilkinson in the whites.
Sakita Glover got away with an aggressive elbow right there on the offensive end. The officials figured it was inadvertent, but the ball was lost out of bounds by the Bruinettes anyway.
Jalvin Jones running point for Goose Creek. Works it over to Doctor. Doctor feeling some pressure now as OW showing a little mini press there.
And Tim Baldwin expected this. The Bruins started out in the 2-3 zone, but he expected the guards to come out and pressure the basketball, and Goose Creek has not handled it well this year. And he knows when they get in any kind of trouble whatsoever near the midline, they're going to call timeout.
Still no score. Almost halfway through this first period. 4 minutes, 28 seconds remaining. Here in the 4A Lower State Championship, the winner will advance to the state finals in Columbia to face either Dorman or Dutch Fork, who are playing tonight in Greenville on the Bilo Center. We also have the Upper State Championships being broadcast for you live here on the SCHSL network. Busy weekend for us on the network here in South Carolina. Doctor launches a three, rims away, and Jamison Myers collects the rebound for Orangeburg Wilkinson over to Snipes. And Snipes going to drive the lane and has that one taken away by Ashley Fields.
Great
Fields,
defense.
A little scoop pass down low to Doctor, and her shot is blocked. Boy, how about this defense so far, Alan?
I was going to say, Ashley Fields with a great block on one end, and then Jamison Myers comes right back and blocks her shot on the defensive end. So the Bruinettes keeping Goose Creek out of the paint. We're going to be hard-pressed to reach the 50s for either of these teams, and another miss. And Brittany, the shot doctor, hasn't been able to get one to fall yet.
No, and that shot missed by Ashley Fields. Orangeburg Wilkinson quickly now on offense, trying to find something inside as they make a substitution. They've got Vondria Ritter in, and we've got our first points of the game. It comes with 3 minutes, 35 seconds remaining as Snipes puts in the bucket for the Bruinettes, and they lead 2-0.
First shot from the field by either team, and it comes with more than half the time gone here in the first quarter.
2-0 score. Orangeburg Wilkinson on top with the ball as Snipes being guarded by Brittany Doctor. They'll work it right side. Now they try to get it low to Ritter, and she loses the handle out of bounds over to Goose Creek.
Vondria Ritter, only a sophomore in the ball game for the first time. Decided height advantage right now by Orangeburg Wilkinson, but it's not doing him much good except on the defensive end.
Another block shot, but Goose Creek maintains possession. And that shot rims out, and Ritter collects the rebound for Orangeburg Wilkinson. Ritter looking for a little bit of help as she's trapped.
And finally, a foul is whistled by Esau Johnson on Brittany Doctor, and Doctor got a little frustrated. I think that was a frustration foul. She's missed all of her shots here in the first half and has a much bigger opponent in Vondria Ritter, and she just thinks she was overly aggressive, and Esau Johnson had seen enough of it.
First foul of the game, and it's charged to Goose Creek. With the handle, DeJoria Howard, and she'll give way to Snipes. They'll work it down low to Ritter, and Ritter loses the handle over to Goose Creek. As India Bryant will drive, puts up a shot, hanger, and it's good.
That is her game right there, Birch. She loves to drive the paint, and she will put up some awkward shots, and more times than not, get them go down. I saw her
over the back there by Howard for Orangeburg Wilkinson.
Saw her play earlier this year in the Crescent Bank Holiday Invitational in Myrtle Beach, which is the girls' version of the Beach Ball Classic, and Goose Creek did very well in that event, as did Spring Valley. And I'm a little surprised that Spring Valley got knocked out of the Upper State playoffs already by Spartanburg Dorman.
Yeah, and Dorman playing Dutch Fork tonight. in Greenville on the SCHSL network. And the winner of this game advances to the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia to battle for the state championship. Orangeburg, Wilkinson, and Goose Creek tied 2 apiece here with 2:04 remaining in the first. OW works it right wing. Bottom of your screen now to the left. Inside to Ritter. She misses the mark. Off the glass, and India Bryant collects, and Bryant will bring it into the front court for Goose Creek.
Tough call there by Brian Lipscomb, palming the basketball. And in another year, certainly in 2 for the sophomore Vondria Ritter, those shots will go down. She's just, she has the size, just not the strength yet as only a sophomore.
Michaela Tanner checks in for Goose Creek now, number 4, as that pass sails out of bounds. And Goose Creek will be on offense now as the official has to make the long walk to collect that basketball.
Here in the Florence Civic Center. Of course, I do a daily sports talk show here in the PD, which you appeared on this morning, Birch, and had a great time discussing all of these lower state championship games. The Florence Civic Center, one of the gyms in South Carolina. I wish we had a chance to play more events, more sporting events in this building.
Shot off the mark there for Jalvin Jones and Goose Creek. Orangeburg Wilkinson now on the attack. They'll work it left side, and the shot by Jamison Myers is not there. We're still tied 2 apiece here with 1:18 remaining. Yes, the Florence Civic Center is an absolutely gorgeous facility. The last 2 lower state championships being played down in the McAllister Fieldhouse on the campus of the Citadel. Also wonderful location, but we really enjoy being in Florence.
On that last trip, Bert, you'll see, wow, now Naila Jamison Myers averages more rebounds than she does points.
Yeah, she is very, very active on the boards. All-region player, all-state player. And Dia Bryant now will work it left wing. There's a three-pointer by Jalvin Jones, too strong, and OW is there, but working hard is Jones on defense. Over to Michaela Tanner, who just checked in. Her shot not there, and Ashley Fields cleans it up. And for the first time, Goose Creek has the lead. It's 4-2, under a minute to play.
Under a minute to play, and in the second quarter, we'll have a chance to discuss the fashion statement, which is more than just a fashion statement of the Bruinettes of Orangeburg Wilkinson and their pink tennis shoes tonight.
Love those shoes.
It is February is Play for K month. Of course, Kay Yao, the former NC State basketball coach and gold medal winning women's basketball coach for the USA back in the 1980s, passed away about 2 years ago now, and they still raise money for breast cancer awareness, and all the women's and girls basketball teams across the country wear pink in the month of February to honor and make breast cancer awareness. Keep it in the forefront.
Absolutely wonderful that Orangeburg Wilkinson taking part in that. And those pink sneakers look great, don't they?
I like them.
Kira Mitchell on the handle now, and she has her pocket picked as Mitchell just checked in for Orangeburg Wilkinson. 8 seconds remaining, and Goose Creek driving Jalvin Jones, too strong. OW will try to launch a shot before the buzzer. And it's not there, and after one period of play, Alan Smothers, it is a low-scoring affair as Goose Creek leads Orangeburg Wilkinson by a score of 4-2. You're watching the SCHSL Network. Ready for the second period here in the Class 4A Girls Lower State Championship. Low-scoring ball game. through the first, as Goose Creek leading 4-2 over the Bruinettes of Orangeburg Wilkinson. Ashley Fields on the handle here, and Goose Creek trying to slow down the pace, it looks like, Alan, to start this second period.
Well, they figure if it's going to be a low-scoring affair, they might as well get the Bruins to come out and guard them, or they'll let them play to that strength. And I think Goose Creek is better at driving and creating their own shot than Orangeburg Wilkinson. And if they can get the guards to come out and guard them, that'll open the floor up for them.
There's Ashley Fields working right side of your screen. She is being guarded by Snipes for Orangeburg Wilkinson. Fields dishes off to India Bryant. Bryant being guarded by Howard. Now left side, wide open. Tanner for the three ball, misses the mark. But the rebound collected by Goose Creek, and it looks like we've got a foul underneath the Goose Creek basket.
Well, I think that Tim Baldwin has instructed his girls, knowing that the Bruinettes have the size advantage and are going to clean the glass more times than not, but to attack the ball once they bring it down. If they don't keep it up, just take it away from them after they bring it off the board.
Good defense by Orangeburg Wilkinson on the inbounds as they take it away from Goose Creek. Now the Bruinettes quickly back on offense. Snipes works it right side. Here's a three-pointer. It's good for DeJoria Howard. Our first three-pointer of this game puts Orangeburg Wilkinson back in the lead, 5-4 here in the second period.
Just a freshman, Howard, and I've been surprised at how many underclassmen, even 8th graders and 7th graders, that have helped their team get to the lower state finals.
Yes, we've got a full slate of basketball tomorrow here from the Florence Civic Center, and we will see a ton of young talent in all of those games. Now Jalvin Jones on the free throw line. First trip to the charity stripe tonight for either team.
Coach Baldwin's team is not connecting offensively to this point, but I know he feels good about the play of Ashley Fields and Jalvin Jones to this point. They've been very active here in the first half.
Jones for her second shot. Too strong. Rebound collected by Orangeburg Wilkinson. That was Ritter in there. Orangeburg Wilkinson gets it inside to Jamison Myers. Fighting for the offensive board is Ritter, but Goose Creek collects. And the Gators back on offense. Orangeburg Wilkinson, they don't waste any time getting down the court, do they, Alan?
No, and I think Goose Creek would be.
Oh, nice shot there by India Bryant on a turnaround jumper from about 15 feet away.
Exactly what I was about to say. They would do well to get the ball into the hands of India Bryant and let her work.
Now Tanner on the easy layup after the Orangeburg Wilkinson turnover. And Goose Creek now leads by 4, 9-5. So Goose Creek really attacking on defense. As you see Fields coming out of nowhere to try to take it away from Zuria Snipes, but she's going to be called for the personal foul.
Considering the first quarter, we've had an avalanche of scoring over the last couple of trips. A flurry of points.
Back into the game for Goose Creek is Brittany Doctor. And for Orangeburg Wilkinson, Shade Johnson, the 5'8 sophomore, will check in from the scorer's table. She passes inbounds to Howard. Howard floating right side, being guarded by Tanner. Right-handed dribble for Howard. Passes left side to Snipes, now low to Ritter, and her shot misses the mark, and Tanner collects the rebound.
Ill-advised shot by Michaela Tanner right there, but she deserves to get in on the act offensively because she's playing so well on the defensive end.
Left wing three-pointer. Not strong enough as it misses off the rim, but a foul will send Naila Jamison Myers to the free throw line for her first time in this ballgame.
Now this is not an uncommon series of events for Coach Stanley's team. Birch, he's seen this before, but they have missed a boatload of shots at point-blank range. He knows they're going to have to open up the inside a little bit and at least make a few outside shots to give his girls a chance to operate more freely down in the low post.
As Myers misses on the back end, Goose Creek with the ball, trying to set this offense here. As Bryant kicks it right side over to Brittany Doctor. Doctor in the left-handed dribble. Works it over to Tanner. And Tanner will feed down low to Liner. Rendisha Liner.
Feet. She just couldn't come up with the handlebars or headlights on that one.
Very talented 5'10 senior. Really has been held in check offensively.
Yeah, she
has
this
ball game so far.
Once or twice down inside.
9-6 score here in the second period. Just over 4 minutes to play. Sade Johnson for Orangeburg Wilkinson. Now they'll work it inside to Jamison Myers, and that's what you want if you're Joshua Staley. If you can get Jamison Myers and that big 6'4" frame of hers posted up inside, and you've got a size mismatch, that's just an easy high percentage shot for her. He'll take that all game long.
That's exactly what Goose Creek wants to do right there. Dribble penetration from the top of the key. But on the other end, it was textbook high post basketball. The sophomore Ritter got it down inside to the senior Myers. And when they do that, when they spread Goose Creek out a little bit, open up the inside, bring Ritter out. I like what Stanley's doing. Coach Stanley, bring Ritter to the high post, open up that inside for either Glover or Jamison Myers.
Orangeburg Wilkinson now trying to set a play. Snipes driving in. Beautiful shot from the right hip by Zaria Snipes. Her first bucket of the game for the young sophomore. Cuts that lead to 1 now.
I think both teams are a little more at ease now.
I think so. I think they've got the gas in the tank. And they figured out the clutch. And ready to get this thing out of second gear into third and fourth.
Yeah, I think both teams are much more comfortable now on the offensive end. And that's where it comes. You always play defense and rebound, but on the offensive end, you got to get those butterflies out.
Three-pointer by Jones, not there. Bryant goes high for the rebound. Gets it down low to Liner, but her shot is not there. And Orangeburg Wilkinson collects the rebound.
I'll tell you what, Coach Baldwin is not going to be happy with the Gator defense right there. They were jogging back while the Bruinettes were on the fast break, and Coach Baldwin will let them know in no uncertain terms, I promise you, before half is over or at halftime, that you've got to get back with this Bruin team with so much size inside. If you get beat back, the big girls are going to have easy buckets, time and again.
Zaria Snipes on the line for 2 shots. Nothing but net on the first. Nice form there in the free throw shooting for the sophomore Zaria Snipes. A little short on the back end. So it's a 2-point OW lead, 11-9 over Goose Creek.
I'd like to see India Bryant handle the basketball more in this open area because she can create her own shot.
Yeah, India Bryant is a forward that really plays like a point guard.
Point forward. That's exactly what she is.
She certainly can handle the basketball, and Tim Baldwin gives her free rein to do so. Jalvin Jones over to Bryant. There she is, number 21. The right side of your screen. One of the top players in the state of South Carolina. Now Brittany Doctor drifting to her right. A 2-3 zone for Orangeburg Wilkinson.
It was very effective early. The Gators had figured it out for a while, but it's just so hard to look inside and you see white shirts because they're so big.
And you see Naila Jamison Myers.
Right. And Vondria Ritter. I mean, she's almost as big. She's 6'2".
And Myers just works nonstop on defense.
And Ritter takes up a lot of space inside, and then I mean, Salkita Glover is 5'10" as well. Jamison Myers.
Scramble for the loose ball. And it looks like Goose Creek called timeout, and they will have possession as Liner, really scrappy player, going for that loose ball. So we've got a timeout on the court. A good timeout there called by Tim Baldwin with his Goose Creek Gators trailing the Bruinettes of Orangeburg Wilkinson 11-9.
To keep possession, yes, but I'm sure that Coach Baldwin, he's already used 2 timeouts on the offensive end because his ball handlers got in trouble. They're going to run out of timeouts and may need them late in the game. Sometimes it's just best to give up possession, but you do like the effort shown by Brendisha Liner to dive after the basketball, knowing she wanted to get possession, and the quickest thing that a young person thinks is, if I get a timeout, it's our ball. Sometimes, though, you give up one every now and then to keep it from later in the game. I can tell you, back when I played years ago or covered the ACC, Coach Smith at North Carolina would tell his players that all the time. Do not call timeout. I call timeouts.
Tanner feeds Bryant. And Bryant will work it to Brittany Doctor, right wing. Misses the three-pointer. She has really struggled from the three-point line so far in this ballgame.
And she got poked in the eye. That's the reason she was trying to, and she was smart there. She didn't want to use a timeout to keep possession, but she was struggling. Nabrisha Hughes was struggling to keep possession of the basketball. They did get the timeout, but it was not her that called it.
So, a timeout for Orangeburg Wilkinson and Joshua Staley. His team clinging to a 2-point lead over Goose Creek, 11-9. We've got a minute and a half remaining here in the half.
The path to the lower state championship game for these teams, Orangeburg-Wilkinson. First round matchup against Blythewood out of Columbia. Beat them 58-42, then downed West Ashley from the Low Country in the second round. Knocked off Colleton County from the Low Country in the third round to meet Goose Creek, another Low Country entrant here in the lower state finals.
Orangeburg Wilkinson looking to add to that lead, and they do. That's a nice shot from about 3 feet away by Nabrisha Hughes, the junior, collecting her first bucket of the ball game. Goose Creek back on offense. Smothering D here for Orangeburg Wilkinson. As Bryant works it over right wing to Jalvin Jones, who hands off to Brittany Doctor, drifting to her left now to Tanner. Just under a minute to play. 3-2 zone now here for Orangeburg Wilkinson. Nice move by Bryant. Works her way to the basket, but has her shot deflected. Now Brittany Doctor. Nice spin. And we've got a travel called on Goose Creek and Brittany Doctor. So the Gators, unforced error, as they will turn it over to Orangeburg Wilkinson with 34 seconds remaining. Snipes crosses the timeline. Now feeds right side to the sophomore Sade Johnson. Now over to Jamerson Myers, back out to Snipes. Wide open three-pointer. She buries it. Nabrisha Hughes, the 5'7" junior, with 5 points in this ball game, puts Orangeburg Wilkinson up now 16-9. 3 seconds left. And there's the buzzer. So, Alan, the first half comes to a close with Orangeburg Wilkinson leading 16-9. Your thoughts?
OW getting the ball into the high post has gotten them an open shot inside and that wide open three a moment ago. Anytime you feed that ball to the high post or the middle post, the defense is going to collapse on you, and it's going to open up either a dump pass down inside, which is what Vondria Ritter did for Jamison Myers earlier, or Jamison Myers caught it at the high post, and then the wide open three got them the 7-point lead.
All right, well, stay with us here on the South Carolina High School League Network. It is Orangeburg Wilkinson 16, Goose Creek 9. We'll be right back in Florence in just a moment here on the SCHSL Network.
South Carolina.
Welcome back to Florence, South Carolina, the beautiful Florence Civic Center for the Class 4A Girls Lower State Championships. We're at the half. Birch Antley and Alan Smothers with you, and now we have the wonderful pleasure of being joined by none other than Jerome Singleton, the commissioner of the South Carolina High School League. And Jerome, thanks as always for stopping by. And how about this wonderful facility here in Florence? This really is a gem for the PD. The Florence Civic Center, boy, they have rolled out the red carpet for this weekend of champions, and excited to be here in Florence.
Bert, you're absolutely right. This is a great experience for us. First time being in this venue, and we've tried to work it out a few years back. Never could get matched up on the date, but I am very impressed with the way that Florence is rolling out the red carpet to make everybody welcome here.
Yeah, everybody in the community really excited to have these games. We'll have 8 matchups over the weekend. The entire community really happy, excited. We're bringing an economic impact estimated at $500,000 for the PD area and Florence just because of high school basketball.
Absolutely, and we're so proud to be able to bring such a fine product that people are looking forward to be a part of. And because of the economic impact, we realize that. But I got to tell you, I am so impressed with the venue and the hospitality that's being presented to us. And this is a fantastic opportunity for our young student athletes and the communities and their schools.
Well, it's a very, very busy weekend for you, Jerome, your wonderful staff. You've got the greatest staff in the world. Drew Nix is here. Skip Lax will be here tomorrow. You've got Nessie Harris, Bruce Hullion, Jan Hogan. Working hard this weekend. We've got not only these games here in Florence, but we've got the upper state games also on the SCHSL network up in Greenville. And then to add to that, we've got in Anderson, South Carolina, the wrestling championships.
Wrestling individual championships, and all those things are going on this weekend, and my staff is spread thin, but I am blessed to have such a fine staff. I know that we are 8 strong, but they work like 16, and I am so proud of them and the way that they take ownership to their responsibilities and work real hard at it. And I know that the semifinals that's going on in the Bilo Center is going to be great, and the ones also at Anderson Civic Center where the wrestling is going to be outstanding.
Well, what a showcase we've got here on the SCHSL network, and what I like so much that we can really do is show the world the talented athletes we have, but also show them the wonderful character and sportsmanship, and that's really what you guys preach at the high school league.
That's the staple for us. We really preach sportsmanship, and we expect high responsibility from our student athletes in exhibiting sportsmanship, and they have not let me down yet.
Well, Jerome, thanks as always for stopping by as we're ready to get the second half started. Any final thoughts, final words?
Well, thank you, and thanks for the fine job that you and Play On Sport does for us, and because this really does great service for the state of South Carolina.
Thank you so much, Jerome Singleton. Pleasure as always, the commissioner of the South Carolina High School League, stopping by for a few moments to chat as we are back to live action now to begin the second half. Your score, Orangeburg Wilkinson leading Goose Creek 16-9. Winner of this game advances to the state championships in Columbia to take on the winner of the Dorman-Dutch Fork matchup. And Alan, you've got a scoring update for us on that game.
I do, as a matter of fact. Just got an update from our friend Emerson Phillips, who's calling the play-by-play in the upstate. It's Dutch Fork 26, Dorman 18 at the half. So they started slowly as well, and that's a little bit, I think, of a surprise score, because Dorman, longtime power in 4A girls basketball, knocked off the odds-on favorite Spring Valley in just the second round this year, and we thought that Dorman, the Lady Cavaliers, would ride to the state finals, and obviously it's not over yet, just at halftime, but they've got an 8-point lead at their spot.
And Dia Bryant connects on the back end of her free throws. Missed the first one. So
both of these
18
teams
to 10 now.
Playing to their strengths right now, though, Birch. The Gators opening up the floor with their perimeter, and the Bruinettes are trying to take it inside.
Stolen away there by Jalvin Jones for Goose Creek. Little scoop shot. Misses the mark, but she's going to be fouled. Leading scorers after the first half of play. Orangeburg, Wilkinson, Snipes, and Hughes both with 5. And for Goose Creek, Bryant with 4. But Bryant and Dia Bryant with 7 rebounds. And how about Myers for Orangeburg, Wilkinson? 3 points, but 5 rebounds and 5 blocks.
That's what I was about to say. Again, as we talked about in the opening segment, Birch, she is much more effective on the defensive end. That's why she's going to be playing in the ACC next year, not her offense. But when she gets stronger, gets into the weight room, and they put her on their regimen, she'll start to play offensively much better. But again, it's the Bruinettes going inside. That's why they're here, is they have played to their strength. They may not be gifted offensively, but they're just so much bigger, taller, longer than their opponents. They'll wear them down in the end, and the Bruinettes know that's what they got to keep doing. That's why Coach Stanley kept telling them, even though they were missing so many shots from point-blank range in the first half, keep going down inside.
20-2, 8-point lead for the Bruinettes. They're back on offense after Ashley Fields for Goose Creek whistled for the charge. Jamison Myers will hand off right wing, now back inside to Myers. That is a perfect play for Orangeburg Wilkinson. An easy 2 points there for Naila Jamison Myers.
Jamison Myers got it in the high post, gave it off, got it back, coming down the lane. Textbook give and go offense.
Yeah, just a little quick cutter for Jamison Myers. And Orangeburg Wilkinson's lead now in double digits at 10. But India Bryant going to the free throw line here for Goose Creek.
You know, Birch, we had the 4-2 score at the end of one quarter of play, but you saw no panic in either of the head coaches, Joshua Stanley or Tim Baldwin. They knew that they would start offensively playing better. And when I talked to them in the pregame, both seemed very at ease, very confident in their team's chances tonight.
Michaela Tanner checks in, number 4 for Goose Creek, as Bryant connects on both of her free throws. It's 22-14 now, Bruinettes. As Snipes handles the point over to Hughes. Hughes driving in, baseline jumper, no good. And Goose Creek is there for the rebound. Jalvin Jones now, right-handed dribble. She's being guarded by Snipes. Jones looking to set a play. Gets it inside to Bryant. Kicks it back out to Brittany Doctor. Her three-pointer, no good. So Orangeburg Wilkinson quickly back on offense. Pass sails a little bit high, intended for Sade Johnson from Nabrisha Hughes.
And while Orangeburg Wilkinson has players that can handle the ball in the open floor like that, that is not their game. They're more of a half-court offensive team. They don't like to push the tempo that much because the big girls inside just don't have the dexterity yet to be able to catch, post, and score all in one move. So get it in a half-court set, get them the ball where they can operate with it a little slower.
India Bryant over to Brittany Doctor, launches a three, and she connects for the first time in this game. Brittany, the shot doctor, making her 43rd three-pointer of the year. She launched a bevy of three-pointers in the first half, finally connecting on one here in the second. Ritter is there to clean up the shot from Nabrisha Hughes, and an easy bucket there for Orangeburg Wilkinson. And Ritter, 6'2 sophomore. Lead is now 24-17.
A couple of trips ago, as another three is in the air. I was going to say a couple of trips ago, Birch, that Goose Creek is going to have to hit 1, 2, 3 or more of those three-point shots, or the Bruinettes are just going to sit in that 2-3 zone, and eventually they're not even going to send the guards out after the ball. The Gators are going to have to force the action because they're down by 8 right now, or 7.
Orangeburg Wilkinson handling the ball is Snipes. She goes right wing to Hughes. Hughes has her shot taken away by India Bryant. And Goose Creek back on offense. Jalvin Jones wants to speed it up a little bit. Nice crossover dribble to the basket. How about that? Jalvin Jones taking it to the house herself.
That's some deceptive quickness there by Miss Jones, 5'4" junior, and she has tried to push the tempo all night long and finally got all the way to the bucket and scored.
Sade Johnson on the inbounds right in front of us here on press row. And there's going to be a travel whistled on Sade Johnson, the sophomore. And she'll turn the ball over to Goose Creek.
Little indecision there. She had set up for the jumper and then saw a lane to the basket and shuffled her feet before she could get it on the floor. That was a questionable over and back right there.
Driving in is Bryant, little floater off the glass into the hands of Ritter for Orangeburg Wilkinson.
Ritter's got great mechanics on those rebounds. She kept her pivot foot. Ball was high, outlet pass, nice job.
And a nice little shot from 10 feet away by Naila Jamison-Myers. She pours in her 5th point of this ball game to go along with 5 blocks and 5 rebounds in the first half. 3-pointer by Doctor.
Misses everything.
And Orangeburg Wilkinson now back on offense. Snipes drives in, and she is going to be fouled. Good penetration, though, by Zaria Snipes. Really the first time that we've seen Orangeburg Wilkinson on a dribble drive. They've really been trying to work it low to their big post players, Myers and Ritter. And that's really the first time that we've seen either Snipes or Hughes just take it straight in. So Orangeburg Wilkinson, the Bruinettes, with a 7-point lead right now, 26-19, and Snipes will try to make it an 8-point game. And she does.
Biggest lead of the night for either team.
Well, back in the first half, Orangeburg Wilkinson did have a 10-point lead. So the biggest lead of the game is at 10 for the Bruinettes. Spin, drive for India Bryant. Shot not there, and Snipes comes up with a rebound. Brittany Doctor takes it away, though. Good defense by Goose Creek. India Bryant stops, pops, and hits. What a shot. That's a big-time shot right there by India Bryant just inside the 3-point line. Now Brescia Hughes. Now Goose Creek takes it away. That's Ashley Fields. And Goose Creek slow it down. India Bryant whips it over left side to Tanner. Tanner puts up a 12-footer. And we've got a whistle.
Tough shot on the move by Michaela Tanner. She should put that ball in the hands of India Bryant. I would like to see India Bryant be a little more aggressive on the offensive end. She's deferring to her teammates a little bit too much, and if this lead gets any greater for Orangeburg Wilkinson, she's going to have to take over whether her coach likes it or not, because they just don't have a lot of offensive options right now.
Hughes being guarded closely by Brittany Doctor. She releases over to Zaria Snipes. Snipes, dribble, drive. Shot's not there, but cleaned up by Ritter.
I like Vondria Ritter. She is so fundamentally sound and knows her role. And
only a sophomore.
Only a sophomore. When a sophomore knows their role and doesn't try to do too much, it's terrific.
Yeah, Ritter, her job in this game has been to just help her teammates out. Work hard in the post, and if a rebound comes her way, grab it and try to put it back in for points.
Well, she's done that terrific on both ends. She's blocked shots. She's got garbage buckets. When she's a senior, she'll be the go-to option. Right now, she's the secondary option, and she is making the most of it. 8-point lead for OW.
Long three-pointer tossed up by Sade Johnson, and Dia Bryant on the run. Takes it herself off the front iron. The rebound goes to Orangeburg Wilkinson, collected by Sabrina Haynes, who just checked into the ball game for the first time.
But that's what she's got to do, Birch. She's got to take control of this game offensively for the Gators with Doctor's shot not going down. Now Jones, she can move it down the court.
Coast to coast with the most is Jalvin Jones, and she picks up the foul. Double trouble for Jalvin Jones, trying to make the three-pointer the old-fashioned way. And that's what Jalvin Jones needs to do.
Well, she's done it twice now in this second half, and I like the way she's aggressive, but maybe she can open up play for India Bryant a little bit more and get Brendisha Liner involved in the offense as well.
And she completes the three-point play as she drains the free throw. And now it's a 5-point Orangeburg Wilkinson lead, 29-24, with under a minute to play here in the third. And that shot rattles in for Snipes. And Snipes is on the floor as she took a hit. So we will take a break with Orangeburg Wilkinson leading by 5, 29-24 with 43 seconds left here in the third. This is the SCHSL Network. Birch Antley and Alan Smothers back with you here on the SCHSL Network for a lower state championships from the Florence Civic Center in the heart of the PD, Florence, South Carolina. Checking in for Goose Creek, Simone Frazier, and Frazier wastes no time putting up a shot, but it's too strong off the glass, and we've got a foul on number 25, Sabrina Haynes, for Orangeburg Wilkinson, so that will send Ashley Fields to the line for two.
Enormous shot by Zaria Snipes earlier to break a little run by Goose Creek, but it may be costly as she went down hard, and they are seriously concerned about her wrist. The sophomore is not their main option, but she certainly is one of the cogs that make the wheel roll.
Ashley Fields knocks down the free throw. And Kiara Mitchell into the ball game, running point for Orangeburg Wilkinson now, with Zaria Snipes on the bench being attended to by the trainers. And look at there's Ritter again, just working hard like she always does, cleaning up the mess left behind and putting it in for 2 points.
Certainly has been the low post power tonight when we thought it would be Naila Jamison-Myers, who's going to Clemson next year, but Vondria Ritter, the sophomore, is making her presence felt here in the second half, keeping Orangeburg at arm's length from Goose Creek.
A little hand check foul called on Hughes for Orangeburg Wilkinson, so Michaela Tanner will inbounds for Goose Creek. Tanner passes long to India Bryant. Over to Fields for three. Not there. Rebound for Bryant is good, right at the buzzer. Count it. So your score after 3 periods of play, it is Orangeburg Wilkinson 33, and Goose Creek 27. Don't go away. We've got the final stanza when we return to Florence in the Florence Civic Center here on the SCHSL Network. We're ready for the fourth and final period, the final 8 minutes, Alan, to decide who will get to use that bus one more time for a trip to Columbia in the state championship.
Absolutely, and Goose Creek trailing now by only 6 with the basketball to begin. This can cut it in half.
Yeah, Brittany Doctor misses the three-pointer. Rebound is there for Orangeburg Wilkinson. And that's Myers is going to sling it over to Kiera Mitchell. Blocked away by Goose Creek. But Orangeburg Wilkinson and Ritter right there to take it right back.
Amazing.
And Ritter really has been a quiet superstar in this ball game here tonight. Sade Johnson being guarded closely by Tanner. Knocked away by India Bryant. Bryant on the run. Bryant's going to take it herself and misses the shot, but she's fouled in the process. So India Bryant will go to the line. And this is what you said, Alan. You wanted India Bryant really to put her team on her shoulders here in the second half.
Absolutely. That's, at this point, I'm not saying it's their only option, but it certainly is their best option. After beating Irmo in their opening game of the lower state tournament, they turned around and knocked out Lexington 32-25 in a low-scoring affair. They then beat Ridgeview in the quarters to get here to the semifinals to meet Orangeburg Wilkinson. And what a last 6-8 years for the Goose Creek Athletic Department, winning their first state championship in football this year. The boys basketball team won the state championship 3-4 years ago, and the girls have been in the state finals or lower state finals 4 years in a row.
That's right. They're winning it all. The state championship back in 2009. Goose Creek, the defending lower state champs, two-time defending lower state champs. Lost in the finals last year to Spring Valley. Shot by Sade Johnson, and she is going to be fouled. And the third foul on Brittany Doctor. So we've got to keep our eyes on number 3 for Goose Creek. Brittany Doctor already collecting 3 fouls.
Yeah, and she just has not found her range tonight and hasn't gotten a lot of help on the perimeter this evening. The shot doctor she is known. She lets it fly often, but she's only connected once tonight, and that is not a good sign for the Lady Wild Gators.
Johnson misses the second shot, and Goose Creek with the easy rebound. And Jalvin Jones working bottom of your screen. Left wing now Fields, drifting to her right, now over to Tanner. Tanner wants a 3-ball, and she got it. Michaela Tanner buries the 3-pointer, and that was huge for the Gators. It's now a 4-point Orangeburg Wilkinson lead.
Yeah, and that's the help that Brittany Doctor has needed tonight. Michaela's put up a couple of shots, but one was, I remember distinctly, was off balance. But Michaela's a good shooter. She's just got to have time to get it off. At only 5'4", and with the size of Orangeburg Wilkinson, they've gotten, bothered her shots with their size, but that one is a enormous shot, as you said, makes it a 2-possession game, but with plenty of time left, if India Bryant decides that she, as you said, puts the team on her shoulders down near the end, I don't see how, unless Orangeburg Wilkinson continues to work the offensive glass and get the garbage buckets, as Vondria Ritter has here in the fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter, it could be a Goose Creek runaway at the end.
And Orangeburg Wilkinson welcoming back Zaria Snipes off the bench, and you know that Joshua Staley is happy to have her back in this lineup after taking a big tumble back in the third period.
Another great play by Jalvin Jones, who dove for the basketball. Now here in the fourth quarter, you call a timeout to keep possession of the basketball. First half, maybe not, but here, when it's a two-possession game, every possession is valuable. And it's like the ball is like a piece of gold right now. And the coaches will tell them, dive for every loose ball. You know, reach in if you have to. Do something to get possession for us. If you got to call timeout, we'll deal with it.
Yeah, and one thing you've got to also, you cannot leave points on the free throw line.
No, and both teams have done that here tonight, and I think it might become a free throw shooting contest in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, and you just cannot leave those points on that line. You've got to make the most of every opportunity. Ashley Fields misses from about 10 feet away, but Goose Creek will maintain possession as the ball sailing out of bounds off a Bruinette.
Yeah, Birch, that's another one. Ashley Fields has had to help out offensively tonight, and she has just not been able to put the ball through the hoop.
And you've got to credit Orangeburg Wilkinson in that stingy defense, especially the big post players, Ritter and Myers. And good hustle there by Sade Johnson for Orangeburg Wilkinson. Almost came away with the steal, but Goose Creek maintains with India Bryant backing away. Now over to Jones. Jones inside to Fields. Now to, how about that? That's who you wanted to see. Miner, you really wanted her to get more involved offensively in this ballgame, and she picks up 2 big points right there. Nice move to the basket by Johnson. Good rebound and follow through by Naila Jamison Myers for her 7th point of this ballgame.
Yeah, Brendisha Liner averages 7 points a ballgame, and that's her first field goal tonight. She needs to be more involved.
Wide open from the right wing is Jones. Tanner, beautiful defense, picks the pocket, launches the 3, not there. Rebound goes to OW.
Little rushed.
Now Snipes into front court for Orangeburg Wilkinson. Snipes puts up a shot, beautiful. Zaria Snipes tickling the twine and picking up the basket. It's a 6-point OW lead.
You got to give OW a lot of credit. They have weathered every run by Goose Creek in this ball game. Every time Goose Creek has got within a bucket, OW scored a couple.
Jalvin Jones inside to India Bryant, almost has her pocket picked. Now Tanner back over to Bryant.
Gators being very loose with the basketball right now.
3-pointer misses out of the hands of Jalvin Jones. 4 minutes, 42 seconds remaining. It's a 6-point Bruinette lead in the 4A Lower State Championship from Florence, South Carolina. Now Orangeburg Wilkinson is going to slow down this pace a little bit here, Allen.
No need for Goose Creek to foul yet, even though there's not a shot clock in high school basketball. No need to foul, still 4 minutes. It's only a couple of possession ball game right now. But if it gets down to 2 minutes, then Coach Baldwin will start considering fouling players. Then I'm sure one of his assistant coaches has kept up with how many each player has made and missed throughout this ball game. Then they'll pick out who they want to foul.
A full timeout taken by Orangeburg Wilkinson, holding on to a 6-point lead, 38-32. Winner of this game advances to the state championships, which are a week away in Columbia, South Carolina at the Colonial Life Arena. The winner will take on either Dorman or Dutch Fork out of the upper state. And of course, we'll have all of those games for you on the South Carolina High School League Network. Be sure to check out the channel lineups as well to see what channel will have the games in your area. Of course, we'll have everything streaming live as well on SCHSL.TV. And while you're at our website, be sure to browse our DVD library. Go ahead and order your copy of the broadcast for this game or any other, it's quick and easy by just checking out the DVD library at www.SCHSL.tv. India Bryant with just over 4 minutes. Pass goes out of bounds, intended for Brittany Doctor, and that's a turnover for India Bryant and Goose Creek.
She's just deferring to teammates a little bit too much at this stage of the game. And I can tell you, Birch, having coached in this game 3 different times myself as an assistant with SCHSL for several years as Dan D'Antoni, I can tell you this game, the lower state championship game, is much more nerve-wracking than the state championship game is. We were in this game 3 times, only won it once, but the pressure to get to Columbia is almost, paralyzing.
DeJoria Howard picking up her 5th point of this game for Orangeburg Wilkinson, and another turnover here for Goose Creek, and they've got to make every possession count. Every trip to their side of the court has to count.
Possession is penultimate right now. You have to make good possessions and get good shots.
Sade Johnson, the sophomore, brings it into front court for Orangeburg Wilkinson. Trapped over in the corner is Jamison Myers. She gets some help from Snipes. And a turnover for OW. Traveling called on Zaria Snipes. So for Goose Creek right here, trailing by 8, just over 3 minutes to play. You're not in a situation where you have to get a 3-pointer. You just want to make sure that you get a good look at the basket on this trip down the court.
That's what I was saying on the last possession. You've got to get a good shot. If it goes in, you're going to miss shots, but you can't take wild shots, off-balance shots, contested shots. That was a good shot.
Yeah, that will work as well. Beautiful little skip pass there from Tanner to Jalvin Jones, who penetrated, drew the foul, and she goes to the line. And here is where, if you're Goose Creek, you've got to make both of these shots from the charity line. And Jones misses front iron on the first. Cannot leave those points on the floor. Jones will try to make it a 7-point game. And that one rolls out off the back iron into the hands of the Bruinettes. Up ahead to Howard. Howard driving in, now backs out. Dishes to Snipes. Inside to Myers. A little hook shot. Misses, but Naila draws the foul. Stops the clock with 2:43 remaining.
Obviously, Coach Stanley knows his team much better than I do, but they're continuing to attack the bucket with less than 3 minutes here. I'd like to see them take a little bit of time off the clock and get good shots, get it down inside like they did there, but maybe forcing the action so early in the possession could be used a little bit more advantageously for OW to take some time off the clock. They got a 9-point lead now, possession, and the clock is on your side.
2 big free throws made there by Naila Jamison Myers. Now Jones. It's a 10-point Bruinette lead. And the Orangeburg Wilkinson fans are starting to get loud. Rebound collected by Ashley Fields, and she drops it in. Good hustle by Ashley Fields, the senior for Goose Creek. Now check that, Fields is just a junior. Hard work there on the defensive side of the ball by Jalvin Jones, although she's going to be whistled for a foul.
We have almost an identical score at the same time frame in the Upper State Championship game in 4A. Dutch Forks girls now lead Dorman 43-33 with 3:37 to play in the ball game.
Well, Alan, we talked about the recent successes of Goose Creek and their head coach, Tim Baldwin. But, the Orangeburg Wilkinson Bruinettes, they've got a rich tradition as well. They lost in the second round of the playoffs last year, They're in the lower state championship this year. 2009, they're the lower state champs. They lost to Spring Valley in the finals, and they've got 4 state championships down in Orangeburg, 1987, 91, 2000, and 2002. So a tremendous job by Joshua Staley to get Orangeburg Wilkinson back on track after really dominating back in the early part of the century.
Yeah, you know, there is a rich tradition of girls basketball in Orangeburg at all levels, high school and college. Both Claflin College and South Carolina State have had great women's basketball teams for years, Claflin in particular, and they get a lot of their players from Orangeburg Wilkinson. Girls basketball has been good for a long time down in the Santee area.
And I'll tell you, girls basketball here in South Carolina has been really, really good. We have some outstanding players, some great coaches. The level of competition in girls basketball in the past 5 years has really been tremendous. And, you know, it shows when one of our coaches in South Carolina, Ann Long, for Spring Valley, just named head coach for the McDonald's All-Star Game. Now, that speaks volumes for what other folks around the country think about Palmetto State basketball.
Absolutely. Ann Long is a legend, winning state championships at 2 different schools here in South Carolina. And it's almost, with the success that Goose Creek has had recently, they only have 2 state title appearances. Orangeburg Wilkinson's been there 10 times.
And looking to get back to the championship. They've got the lead 43-34, but Ashley Fields on the line here for Goose Creek, trying to lead her team onto a furious rally.
I like the way Ashley, the attitude she's applied here in the second half. She's been aggressive. And a nice job by Brittany Doctor right there.
Yeah, to get the rebound and knocked out of bounds by Orangeburg Wilkinson. Yeah, Ashley Fields, here in the past few minutes, Alan, you really see kind of a sense of urgency just looking at her in her eyes. And she wants to help as much as she possibly can.
Hey, they want to do it for their 3 seniors starters, Brittany Doctor, Brendisha Liner, and India Bryant. They want to get them back to that state championship game where they won it 2 years ago and send them out successfully.
Foul called. This one on Sade Johnson, the second for the sophomore, as Michaela Tanner, another 3-point specialist and also a defensive gem for Tim Baldwin, checks back onto the court for Goose Creek. Fields misses her first shot.
2 out of her last 3.
8-point Orangeburg Wilkinson lead. Fields will try to make it a 7-point game, and she does. Let's see if Goose Creek will ratchet up the pressure. Indeed they do.
Fields is leading that charge.
Orangeburg Wilkinson gets it across safely, and there's a fast break opportunity. Layup not there, but Howard with a turnaround jumper, and she draws the foul. DeJoria Howard, the freshman, 5'11", goes to the line for the Bruinettes. Her team leading by 7 with just under 2 minutes to play. There's a good look at Howard. This is the free throw.
Just looking at their records, Birch, it appears Orangeburg did not play in Christmas tournaments. Only 21 games coming in here tonight. Goose Creek played in 2 different holiday events, and they've played 28 times coming in. And some of the best teams in the country in the CBHI in Myrtle Beach. 24-4 record, very impressive. But Orangeburg Wilkinson is doing what they do best. Half-court basketball and use their size advantage.
India Bryant driving in. Shot rattles out. Gets her own rebound and puts it in for the basket.
Naila Jamison-Myers.
Oh, look at Jones just hustling hard. Putting her body on the line. Flying in to the tables here on press row.
Yeah, she's
the
done
ball
that
goes
all
to
night.
OW.
Yeah. Jamison Myers with another shot block on the other end. Caused a couple of more seconds to run off the clock before Goose Creek could score.
1:19 remaining. Ashley Fields right there with a big block, but Orangeburg Wilkinson able to maintain possession. Just over a minute to play and a timeout as we've got a whistle and a foul. That's the fourth personal foul on Brittany Doctor for Goose Creek, and it will send Zaria Snipes to the line for 2 shots. 1 minute, 8 seconds remaining. Orangeburg Wilkinson leading it by 6. Make it 7. Tanner checks back in for Jalvin Jones for the Gators. Gators looking to trying to make their 3rd consecutive trip to the state championship, but Orangeburg Wilkinson with the lead. Brittany Doctor's shot not there, but Ashley Fields is able to clean it up. And she's going to be whistled for a foul. Ashley Fields just got a little bit too much of the body on Zaria Snipes. So that stops the clock with 55 seconds. It is a 6-point Bruinette lead. 2 big shots coming up right here on the free throw line for Zaria Snipes.
Yeah, because it's a 2-possession game. Even just one by Snipes makes it a 3-possession game again. So she needs to make at least one of these 2. Double bonus for Orangeburg Wilkinson.
So on the court for Goose Creek right now, you've got Tanner, Bryant, Doctor, Jones, and Liner. For Orangeburg Wilkinson, Howard, Johnson, Jamison Myers, Sabrina Haynes, and Snipes.
She took all the drama out of it.
A little surprised that Orangeburg Wilkinson has Ritter sitting on the bench right now and not on the court. Quickly, Jones takes it herself, and she is going to draw the foul from DeJoria Howard, and that will stop the clock with 45 seconds in a 7-point ball game, and these are critical shots here for Jalvin Jones and the Goose Creek Gators.
Yeah, Coach Stanley begged to differ, as did the raft of Bruinette fans.
So Jones goes to the line.
And they have left a boatload of foul shots.
They have.
On the floor tonight.
And these shots here, very, very critical as Goose Creek trying to claw back into this ball game with under a minute to play, trailing by 7. Make it 7 still. I thought Jones's shot was in there, but bounced out. Jones can make it a 2-possession game if she connects here.
You mentioned you were surprised that they had Ritter on the bench. What I'm most surprised about is Orangeburg pressing full court. Now, Gators have to get possession, but Orangeburg left the floor open for that fast break that could have caused a 3-point play, and that would have been disastrous if she was able to make the shot and a foul shot because you pressed full court with your biggest girls.
Jalvin Jones with the foul. So going to the line is Nabrisha Hughes, the junior. I believe this is her first trip to the free throw line. Trying to add to that Bruinette lead, and she does, nails it. And this is something Orangeburg Wilkinson has done very well that we really haven't talked about, their free throw shooting.
Yeah,
they've taken advantage of that.
We said it would be a free throw shooting contest at the end, and Orangeburg has made Goose Creek pay almost every trip, making at least one or not, if not both.
Ayla Jamison Myers working hard on India Bryant, and she will pick up her first foul of the game.
Even though both of these teams were 1 seeds, each won their respective region, I think if you asked anybody in the state who they thought would be in the lower state finals, Goose Creek would have been mentioned. I doubt Orangeburg Wilkinson would have been by many people.
India Bryant connects on the first. It's a 7-point Orangeburg-Wilkinson lead. Bryant will try to make it a 2-possession game here. Nice looking shot there by India Bryant.
Still 2 possessions.
OW lead.
Now you got a foul. That was the person to foul right there, Naila Jamison-Myers.
Instead, they foul Zaria Snipes.
Not her.
And she has done pretty well for herself on the free throw line here tonight.
I would have fouled Jamison-Myers in the backcourt. They let 9 seconds run off that clock during that possession in the backcourt.
Alex Ludwig, the sophomore, number 10, on the court now for Goose Creek. And Snipes nails the front end. It's back to a 7-point game.
Snipes has made the one she's needed to make.
22 seconds left on the clock. And that shot rattles out.
But she pushed it to a 3-possession game both times.
Jalvin Jones driving in, has her shot blocked away by Jamison-Myers. But a foul following the block. And that foul on number 25, Sabrina Haynes, her second for Orangeburg-Wilkinson. And India Bryant is at the line, and that's who you want there if you're Goose Creek. So that shot bounces out.
Got every bit of metal it could before it fell off. But right now, the game clock is their biggest opponent.
13 seconds left. It's a 6-point Orangeburg-Wilkinson lead. And a foul committed by Tanner. And this one might be a little bit too late for Goose Creek. Orangeburg-Wilkinson fans are on their feet, getting ready to make restaurant reservations in Columbia, South Carolina for next weekend.
I can make a few
championships. Oh, yeah.
I love the California dreaming right down the street from the Colonial Life Arena.
Colonial Life Arena will be the site again for the state championships, and Orangeburg-Wilkinson appears to have punched their ticket. The first team to do so. Snipes buries it. And actually the first team to do so is Dutch Fork, as we just got the word that Dutch Fork knocking off Dorman in the Upper State Championship. So next week it will be Orangeburg-Wilkinson taking on Dorman, or Dutch Fork rather, for the state championship, as your 2012 Class 4A lower state champs are the Bruinettes of Orangeburg-Wilkinson High School as they defeat Goose Creek 51-43. For our entire crew, for Alan Smothers, I am Birch Antley saying so long from Florence, South Carolina. We'll talk to you next time here on the SCHSL Network.